There's another step we have to do before we can attach our pocket to our bag, and that is to press in the sides. So for some reason I still have this kind of big wrinkle here in the middle, so I'm going to give it a little more steam. I'm also want to press over my hem to make sure that it's nice and flat and neat looking. And this next part is really important because you can't really tell which is the front and which is the back of this pocket. You need to remember that the hem is turned in on the wrong side. So this is actually the wrong side of the fabric. This outside, the smooth side, that's going to be the outside of your pocket. So we need a seam gauge and some pins in the iron for this particular thing. And we want to make sure that we have our seam gauge set at 1/2 inch. So what we're going to do is fold in the sides. This is the top. We're going to fold in the sides 1/2 inch. I'm going to put a couple of pins in. I have to put a lot of pins in here. We just want to press in these sides and make sure it's a nice 1/2 inch, otherwise you're going to have a weird looking pocket. I've got it measured there in the middle too. Just going to kind of push it down with my fingers to hold it in place, and then I'm going to take the iron and press down the side. Okay, then I'm going to flip it around the other side. I really don't need the pin anymore as long as I have pressed this well. Okay, and then I'm going to fold in the other side 1/2 inch and put a couple of pins in. Notice I always pin back towards me. It just is ergonomically, it makes more sense if you pin in and back towards yourself than trying to pin away from yourself. It's a lot harder to do and it's not as accurate. So I've got that kind of mashed down there at 1/2 inch. That corner looks funny. I'm going to try to straighten it up a little bit. Looks a little better. I'm going to hold it and then get my finger out of the way. Give it a little bit of steam. Now the last thing that we have to do is fold up the bottom. And one of the things that we want to make sure doesn't happen when we fold up the bottom is for us to have little things sticking out the side. So we need to be really accurate when we fold this up, that this little corner right here stays tucked under. And again, I'm folding up 1/2 inch. I'm going to put a pin in. I'm going to fold up 1/2 inch on this side and put a pin in. I'm actually going to leave these pins in until my pocket is on the bag. So I want to make sure that that stays tucked under the way that it should. And then I'm going to check the center, give it a little smash with my hands, and then press the bottom, give it a little bit of steam. And now your pocket is ready to go on to your bag. We're going to measure and place where it goes.